Hulk Hogan, the man who became the face of professional wrestling, has passed away today at the age of 71. For millions, he wasn't just a wrestler. He was an icon, a larger-than-life figure who forever changed the world of sports entertainment. From his rise to fame to his unforgettable moments in the ring, Hulk Hogan's legacy will never be forgotten. In today's video, we look back on the most legendary moments in his career, moments that reshaped wrestling and made him a global superstar. So, what made Hulk Hogan a legend? Let's dive into the unforgettable moments that didn't just define his career. They changed the entire landscape of professional wrestling. The birth of Hulkamania. Do you remember the first time you saw Hulk Hogan in action? For many fans, that moment came in 1984 when he defeated the Iron Sheik to win the WWE Championship. This victory marked the birth of Hulkamania, a movement that not only dominated wrestling, but also transcended into mainstream pop culture. Hogan didn't just become a champion. He became the face of WWE, and with his larger-than-life character, he transformed the way fans saw wrestling. His iconic catchphrase, "Say your prayers and eat your vitamins," became a mantra for millions of kids around the world. And suddenly, wrestling wasn't just a sport, it was a worldwide phenomenon. But Hulk Hogan's rise wasn't just about the victories. It was about the connection he made with fans. When Hogan told the world, "The power of Hulkamania is in all of you," it wasn't just a line. He was speaking directly to his audience, and they listened. The larger-than-life character that was Hogan became a beacon of hope and strength for many, sparking a cultural movement that forever changed the wrestling world. The infamous chokeout of Richard Belzer. Fast forward to 1985, right before the first ever WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan was not just a wrestler at this point. He was a superstar. He and Mr. T were promoting the event across TV shows, including an appearance on Hot Properties with talk show host Richard Belzer. During this interview, Belzer made a comment mocking wrestling and Hogan's persona, which didn't sit well with the champ. In an attempt to demonstrate a wrestling hold, Hogan accidentally choked out Belzer, knocking him unconscious live on air. Though the incident ended up with a lawsuit from Belzer and a $400,000 settlement, the fallout was massive. Hogan's chokeout became a moment of controversy, but it also made headlines across the country, sparking even more interest in WWE. It was a perfect example of how Hogan's larger-than-life presence often blurred the lines between reality and entertainment. And let's not forget, all of this only helped hype up the biggest event in wrestling history, WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan headlines the first WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, let's talk about the moment that launched the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment history. When WWE, then known as the WWF, hosted its first ever WrestleMania in 1985, it wasn't just an event, it was a gamble. Vince McMahon had bet everything on the success of WrestleMania, and at the center of it all was Hulk Hogan. Hogan and Mr. T headlined the event in a tag team match against Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. It wasn't the most technically impressive match by today's standards, but it wasn't about that. What mattered was the spectacle, the energy, and the star power. Fans packed Madison Square Garden, and the world was watching. It was a moment that proved WWE could dominate mainstream entertainment, with Hulk Hogan leading the way. The success of that first WrestleMania was a turning point for wrestling. It set the stage for the larger-than-life spectacles we see today, with Hogan's name forever etched in the annals of wrestling history. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. If there's one match that truly defined Hulk Hogan's legacy, it was his showdown against Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 in 1987. At the time, Andre was the biggest star in wrestling history, and Hogan was the top champion in the world. The match itself wasn't about technical skill. It was about the drama, the story, and the unbelievable moment that would come. During the match, Hogan did the unthinkable. He body-slammed the 520-pound Andre the Giant, a feat no one thought was possible. The crowd went wild, and it's considered one of the most iconic moments in wrestling history. This single act elevated Hogan to legendary status and set the standard for what a true wrestling spectacle should be. This match solidified Hogan's place as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. It was more than just a fight. It was a moment that captured the imagination of fans worldwide and showed the power of storytelling in professional wrestling. Hulk Hogan's return and the moment with Yokozuna. Fast forward to 1993. After a brief hiatus from WWE, Hogan made a shocking return at WrestleMania 9. The event, held at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, had struggled with ticket sales. Vince McMahon knew that he needed Hogan to make the show a success, so he called on the Hulkster to step in. Hogan, with a black eye from a jet ski accident, came to the rescue. After Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the WWE Championship, Mr. Fuji challenged Hogan to a match. The crowd erupted as Hogan stepped into the ring, and in just seconds, he defeated Yokozuna to reclaim the WWE title. Some fans loved it, but others saw it as a cheap way to reintroduce Hogan and his dominant persona. Still, the moment was a testament to Hogan's star power. Even if the wrestling world was starting to shift away from the old-school Hulkamania era, Hulk Hogan joins WCW and signs with the NWO. In the mid-90s, WWE had moved on from Hulk Hogan. So, in 1994, Hogan made the bold move to WCW, and that's where he truly reinvented himself. In 1996, at Bash at the Beach, Hogan made his famous heel turn, abandoning his Hulkamania persona and joining the New World Order, NWO. This was a game-changing moment for wrestling. Fans had never seen Hogan as a villain before. It was shocking, and it gave wrestling a new, edgier direction. The NWO faction, led by Hogan, became the centerpiece of WCW's success in the late 90s, and the turn changed the way fans viewed their heroes in the wrestling world. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania X8. By 2002, Hulk Hogan had returned to WWE, but wrestling had changed. The fans who grew up with him had grown older, and wrestling had become more intense and modern. But when Hogan faced The Rock at WrestleMania X8, something unexpected happened. Despite Hogan being a villain at the time, the crowd cheered for him, and they embraced the nostalgia of his Hulkamania days. The match wasn't just a battle between two legends, it was a clash of generations. The fans showed their love for Hogan, reminding everyone that, despite the years, the connection he had with the audience was still as strong as ever. Hulk Hogan wins WWE Undisputed Championship. In 2002, after nearly a decade away from the spotlight, Hogan made history again by winning the WWE Undisputed Championship at Backlash. At 49 years old, Hogan defeated Triple H to win the title, becoming one of the oldest champions in WWE history. This victory marked the end of Hogan's long journey in wrestling, but it also reminded fans of the indomitable spirit that made him a legend. Hulk Hogan's legacy and final appearance. Hogan's final appearance on WWE television in 2025 may have been controversial, but it didn't take away from the incredible legacy he left behind. His career, spanning nearly 50 years, helped shape wrestling into what it is today. Even though his final years were marked by controversy, his impact on the sport cannot be overstated. Hulk Hogan changed the wrestling world forever. From the birth of Hulkamania to his reign as the most iconic figure in professional wrestling, Hogan's legendary moments are etched into the history of the sport. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of wrestling. Stay tuned for more epic moments from your favorite legends.